How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. It is Friday the 24th, about 9:30 or so. We're just getting ready to get rolling. Run over to, where are we going to? Syracuse. Getting load for South Elgin. I do not like to go to South Elgin, but it's going to be in the morning, so Saturday morning, holiday weekend, so it shouldn't be too bad if I go early. Anyway, long story about the truck. I think it was divine intervention, boys. I think it was divine intervention. So I went to my local shop to get it looked at. I went night before last, and nobody was around, which was kind of strange because it was only 4 o'clock, and that's about the time they wrap up, but nobody was kind of around. So then I went back yesterday morning. Nobody's there at 8 o'clock. I said, oh, this is looking bad. So I text one of the fellas that works there, runs it. It's a family operation. And he said, oh, we're out of town for the holiday weekend. They got a place up in northern Michigan, a cabin up in northern Michigan. So they like to go up there on the long weekends, or make long weekends, go up there. Which is good for them because they work like crazy when they're here. So it's nice to, to just get away. But the bad news was then, now we're looking for the truck to get even looked at Tuesday. This is Thursday. So, oh my gosh. What am I going to do now? I didn't want to take it to Peterbilt because that was going to be expensive. But I wasn't for sure what it was. It looked like it might be that EGR valve, according to the handheld. But I didn't want to go change I think I could change that on my own. It didn't look like it was a federal case. But what I wasn't sure is if you had to recalibrate something. Because on my turbo, when I had the actuator changed last fall, that you have to have on the computer after you change it. It's right up there on the top. It's easy to get to and change. But you got to have it on the computer when you get done to recalibrate. I wasn't sure if that EGR valve was the same way or not. And I got conflicting reports on the tubes. So anyway, I was looking stuff up, and I seen on Make Sense's one of his old videos, he called it the magic plug. And there's a plug where you can unplug that EGR valve and it won't work, and it'll let you get off the road. Or he said you could actually drive it for a week or two, just make sure you plug it back in every day or every other day and do a forced regen, because it won't regen if that's not plugged in. The check engine light would be on, but he didn't indicate that the D-rate light would be on. So, maybe I can try that and get this load delivered and run until my shop guys get back. Well, it wasn't exactly the same, because mine's a 19 and I think his Kenworth is like a 13 or 14, so it's a little different. But I unplugged what looked like it was the same thing. Got in the truck, started up, and didn't make no difference. Light's still on. Oh, that didn't fix it. Isn't that the luck of it? So, oh my gosh. So I'm going to run. I got the codes. So I'm going to go to Peterbilt, find out how much that EGR valve is from them. Because I thought I seen them online for like $700 from Amazon. But see if they think that's what it actually is, and then see what their price is. And it looked like, according to Google, it would only the shop rate on it was like 2.5 hours or something like that. So it wasn't a long time in terms of labor. So maybe I'll just have them fix it. Well, I'm just leaving. I'm just not very far, 15 minutes from the house. And JB Hunt calls me. And they said, hey, what trailer do you have? And I said, oh, I can't remember what it is. And they said, we got a trailer that's at the end of a gravel road. And I said, that's it. That's the one. And he told me the number. And I said, yeah, that's it. That's the one. And he said, I can't send somebody to he was almost mad, not mad, but not happy. I can't send somebody to repower something at the end of a gravel road. And I said, well, the end of that gravel road is my house. It's not like you're sending them to nowhere. It has an address. And he's like, well, it doesn't come up on the screen that way. It comes up as the end of a gravel road. I can't send somebody, the load, you know, the people that do that repowering stuff. He said, it just won't work. And I said, well, where do I need to take it so you can come and get it? And I wasn't jerky. He was not a little bit on the edge, but not bad. So there was no blow up or anything like that, but there was a little tension. And I said, where do you need it at? And he said, there's a truck stop up on Highway 30, which is right by my house. Hanks. I said, yep. I said, that's 2 miles from where it's sitting right now. He said, well, I can get them to come get it from there. I said, well, I've got an hour left before that truck derates, so I can get that. I'll go home. I told him I was on my way to Peterbilt. Give him the whole story. And I said, to see what they say. And he said, I said, I'll go back and I'll hook up to that trailer and take it up there to the truck stop and leave the bills in the nose so they can come and get it. He said, okay, that'll work. That'll work. So I come home and I jump up in the truck because I'd unhooked it and taken it up to the house. I leave these 53 footers. I can't quite get I can get them in my driveway, but there's tree limbs and I don't want to scratch the trailers coming up. My hopper gets in and out just fine, but a hopper's only 40 foot. This is 53 foot and a lot taller. And so it scrapes to some trees. It kind of scrapes. I don't want to cut them trees down really. My truck gets in just fine, but these stupid trailers, they get scratched up a little bit. Anywho, so I said, okay, I get in and I'm getting ready to jump in the truck, and I said, oh, shoot, I better plug that plug back in. I don't want to drive that truck without that plug in. So in the process of doing this, I'm wiggling around wires all around, and trying to get it plugged back in. And I get it plugged back in, close the hood, lock everything up. And I jump in the truck. And as I'm walking around the front of the truck, I'm like, I don't know why God does not want me to be in the trucking business. Because everything, this truck breaking, it was the worst time. I just put fuel in it. It's a long weekend. I haven't had a good week in a month. Actually, I haven't had a good week in about 2 months because of ARCA. And then here, getting everything rolling. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really needed to have a monster week, which last week wasn't going to be the best. But next week I got something I cannot get out of that I have to do. And one day, so next week was going to be 3 days. So everything is wrong at the exact worst wrong time. And I said, I think God's just lining up against me on this thing. It feels like sometimes. I'm thinking, I don't know if I said it out loud, but I was thinking it in my head as I walked around the truck. I get in the truck, start it up, start to leave out my driveway. I do not get a quarter of the way out of my driveway, which may be 80 yards. That light goes off. I get around the woods, hook up the trailer, drive to the end of the gravel road, no light, nothing. I get out on 30, I said, I'm going to take this thing for a spin. Run it about 15 miles down one way, no light. Bring it 15 miles back, stop at the truck stop, no light. I said, I'm going to take this trailer down there to Indy, I think. It ended up being Indy, a different place. But anyway, I tell you what, boys, this light has not been on since yesterday morning at that time, which makes me a little nervous because I know there's still something fishy in there. But I said, it's got to be God fix that problem. Divine intervention. Because I didn't do anything. And it ran perfect. The whole day down to Indy and all the way back ran perfect. So, good news on the truck. God bless everybody. I think I'm about out of time here. So we will talk again soon. Maybe I'll go live over the weekend. Maybe. I don't know if I will or not. But God bless.